everybody, and welcome back to Tromaville. It's Thursday, August 2nd, 2018. Where is this summer going? This is Rich, and it's my third day on the Shakespeare Shitstorm shoot, aka Troma Tempest, and another interesting day. Trying to think what really stands out. We had a professional wrestler on the set today. I didn't catch his name. Shame on me. But he looked really good. He cut an awesome promo, and we shot a scene where the professional wrestler and one of the guys from the cast who has been wearing wrestling tights all week each got together, did a collar and elbow lockup, spilled each other's drinks, began to go at it, and then bump into another guy wearing a lucha mask. So the guy in the lucha mask says, "Hey, what are you ding-dongs doing? You spilled my drink." And now the professional wrestler and the actor wrestler stop tussling with each other and turn on the dude in the lucha mask. They pick him up and put him through a table. It was a beautiful, beautiful shot. One take was all it took. And everybody on set was very excited and very pleased. That was probably the highlight today. But let's not forget, several people got spit on and bled on. So the fireworks have begun. I, in fact, was the recipient and receptacle for a little bit of saliva and blood. As the scene with our two leads progresses and they begin dancing, and the gal is blind and she begins whacking people with her walking stick, suddenly folks are being traumatized, and we've had to do some takes where they, after getting hit with the stick, are spitting blood from their mouths onto friends nearby. And as I was trying to make sure that Miss Elizabeth wasn't going to have too much damage done to her ballroom costume, I got in the way of some of that bloody spit mix. So there's a little bit of that on my costume. But yes, the fun has begun. So we saw some blood fly. We saw some wrestling. We saw someone go through a table. And all in all, another fun day. So now it's Thursday, and we're being informed that most of us don't expect to return to the shoot until Monday, at least according to the information I received. But we've been informed that tomorrow night, Friday night, and then the following night, Saturday night, there will be overnight shoots in the Brooklyn area where outdoors, in the heat and humidity and possibly rain, where like some Tromites, some Tromaville citizens, some crackheads, and zombie-like, beat up, under the weather, and in otherwise bad shape, folks are coming out in the dark and doing their thing for these scenes. I don't know if I'll be able to participate in those shoots, as attractive as that sounds, just because there's stuff going on at home this weekend. But the shooting will continue this weekend, regardless of my call dates, and it'll be interesting to see some of that. Now, I have seen footage of someone taking a what we'll call a poop bath. So I'm still hoping that there will be some poop in my future. So we're seeing great videos on Instagram mostly. If you follow Lloyd Kaufman, LLOYDKAUFMAN, if you follow Mr. Kaufman on Instagram, you should be able to track daily videos of what's happening on the set. You'll see some of that stuff with Ron Jeremy. You'll see someone being bathed in poop, for lack of a better way to put it. And again, hopefully, we will find ourselves in a similar mess where I'm at in Queens on our VIP party shoots. But business is definitely picking up. We're having a good time. Again, since it's not likely I'll get to participate in this weekend's overnight shoots, I will be back on set Monday, and then I will have more news for you then. Of course, I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I want to continue with these brief updates for now until there's more and more to cover. I have been fortunate that Miss Elizabeth is on these shoots and good company to hang out with. Alexa did Tuesday and Thursday, but goes out of town on Monday, so we probably won't have her back on set. But Zach Amico is tearing it up. Lloyd Kaufman is tearing it up. The crew on this shoot really is fantastic. The PAs are working their butts off. And remember, this is all for art. Whether or not you consider Troma art, this is all for art. There are probably very few key people being paid for the shoots I'm on. I certainly am not being paid. None of the background actors, as far as I know, are being paid. I'm sure some of the crew is. And occasionally they're bringing in, like I said, they brought in Ron Jeremy. They're bringing in folks who've appeared in past Troma films. So people are volunteering their time, certainly the PAs, volunteering time for the experience. Now, anytime you can get on a film shoot, you are bound to learn something. It's good for your resume. It's good for your skill set. It's good for experience. But a Troma film really puts you front and center in the middle of the shit and blood and spit and you name the fluid. Troma really gives everybody a chance to see how things work. You know, we're observing the cameramen and women as they set up and lock in their shots. We're watching the PAs run around and do the various things being asked of them, from filling the room with smoke to wafting the smoke, providing drinks for those on set, because it's a hot set. And you know, in the dog days of summer, no fans because fans create noise, no air conditioner because ACs create noise and bills, frankly. So we're watching the PAs do everything that's asked of them. The sound team is there. Mrs. Kaufman is there producing. There are certain people overlooking the shoot, keeping us on schedule. There's an assistant director who yells at everybody. You get to see it all happen. The lighting crew is there. I mean, you get to experience this anytime you're on set, but with Troma, you really feel like you are part of it. Stand here, come here, do this, do that, give me a hand with, etc., etc. So I'm looking forward to putting this down on my resume. Hopefully, you know, I'll be able to get more involved. I'm not really digging and loving this costume of mine. I'm sure it's going to stink when I get back to the set on Monday, but maybe I'll hit the dollar store at the corner of... what's happening? Maybe I'll hit the dollar store at the corner of Steinway and 20th, I think. 20th Avenue and Steinway, and see if there's some Febreze in there. But all is well, all is good. We're having fun, and I will keep you posted when we return on Monday. Thanks for listening. Again, this is Rich. You're listening to a podcast currently known as Thursday the 12th. The voting continues in our Facebook group, where I think we now have 3 rounds of voting. We have Thursday the 12th still beating the Golden Girls. We have listening material still beating liner notes. And now in round 3, oh man, Yoga Pants versus Bop Language. There you go. Bop Language, which the last time I checked, each had 1 vote. A vote from my sister for Bop Language, of course. Thank you, Tina. And a vote for Yoga Pants from James Baxter, of course. And these are all potential new names for the podcast as we continue to move forward. You can visit us on Facebook. You can listen to us on iTunes or anywhere else you listen to podcasts. And you can visit my website, richmasadi.com, to check out what I'm doing and where the podcast is going. Please listen. Please subscribe. Please leave reviews or comments. Share us if you can. And remember, while at the moment we cover horror movies and gangster movies and wrestling and music and nonsense, we will eventually figure out how to maybe narrow that down, but certainly release content on a more regular and predictable basis. Again, I'm Rich. Thanks for listening, and I will be back. If not before, I will be back Monday. Have a great weekend. I'm coming to you live from Tromaville, and may the force be with you. Ciao for now. If you can hear my voice, then we are one. Later.
The podcast you just heard was published with Anchor. Got something you want to say to the creator of this show? Send them a voice message using the Anchor app, free for iOS and Android.